Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the breakfast show. It's been great since I was a week. I just came back from Bangkok. There was a nice expo, and some of you may have caught me on the TikTok and a little bit of story that I done on the Facebook and Live FB. But also this week I'll be away for another business trip. So do take note. This coming Wednesday, the Live FB will be done by my colleague here, Zach in here, and also on Friday the breakfast show will be cancelled too, and likely also next Monday because I'll be back on next Tuesday. This has been going as we are looking to expand the SmartRobie usage as well into this region in here. So catch out more and do follow us on our Facebook in here. And I do hope that the market's finding you well. After all, we did hit touch a new high 1400, but the market came back down and formed an uptrust. This is usually in the early stages. Let's take a look at what I meant in here. So you can see from this market, and we have seen, let me just bring up the PowerPoint here, and there you go. So what we have seen on the chart on the left hand side, this is the usual thing that we see if the market were to hit first time the uptrust in there. And of course the market will generally pull back in here, but my best guess is that the KLCI is playing catch up to the regional that has gone up. So under the disguise of weakness from the US market as well as regional, what's happening in here, the KLCI will attempt to climb right now. Why? Very simple. Check out the finance sector. The finance sectors are recovering right now. Later on I'm going to show you why this is the case, and now that's why this market, the KLCI, looking to go higher, because predominantly the KLCI 30 component are dominated by finance. Kalau finance tak jalan, the FKLI also tak jalan that we see in here. So let's take a look at what we have. So follow me on our TikTok in here and the handler at trade_VSA. And also this morning, what are things we will be talking is regards to the Green Pentagon, which did had a nice upbound, slowly rebounding in here, but we do see the resistance at 1390, and the UT, which is just on top of me here, is the sign of weakness. Now some of you are saying, what is the sign of weakness? Sign of weakness is shown that the market is facing resistance as it goes up. As more sellers are coming in, do they buy or do they sell? What do you think? Of course the sellers are coming to sell. They could have bought it a bit earlier in here, but the sellers are also looking to distribute in the disguise of good news as the market goes up in here. And of course many of you will be pointing to the state election, where I think besok this week yes, akan dibubuhkan, especially in Selangor in here. But my little political bird told me likelihood the Penang and Selangor state will be retained by the Pakatan Harapan. Is the other states like Negeri Sembilan probably going to be fall under the Pakatan, but is the Malacca states, and Johor will probably be under Perikatan Nasional in here. So we have to see what's likely in here. The ST2 intraday are for our advanced user in here, but today primary our smart breakfast show in your SmartRobie are targeted towards the beginner, and as such that we've been traditionally using a lot of the FA list in here, the FA list, and also undergoing volatility in here with Green Pentagon in here. So SmartRobie powered by Pentagon Guider, which is created by myself in here, and let's hope that the newer feature of the VSA 360 will help you insider buying and selling too. So right now the Pentagon Guider, Green Pentagon that you see here, what's happening right now, we can see it's holding up at 13 above the 1380. You can see we got one test, spring test, another test. So there's a lot of strength coming in. That is the most leading indicator, as much as you can see. As long as you can see sign of strength at some sort of support there, that likely will point to the markets going up. And the same thing too on the reverse side, if it does hit a resistance and you see a lot of uptrust and no demand, that means the market's coming down in here. Of course, those of you who's been following or a student of volume spread analysis, VSA will probably see this in here. And of course, the green pentagon that you see will be the early guide that points that this market is heading higher. So right now we have only one trust, so the background behind what you see up here is pretty strong. Not so good is the foreign funds continue to sell in here, and you know the railway track is still pointing downwards. Stage 2, it's likely to mark up higher once we break the 140. So now do take note, on the VSA 360 dashboard, we have 5 months of negative returns from the KLCI. So coming month of June should be a positive month, and that's why this market is really pushing to the upside, testing the 1400. Now on the more leading indicator, which is on the VSA 360 plugin on TradingView, running at more real time, we can see higher high right now. The market is moving higher high rather than lower, taking out the previous high that we have at 9190 in here, so testing 140. But today it does look at, but do take note, the KLCI Green Pentagon previously turned somewhere in early June. He has turned red pentagon in here, you could see, and he has been 34 days. 34 days is almost 1 month being a red pentagon in here, and generally our KLCI won't turn that much. But as I said before, early in the couple of slides before this, the finance sectors are turning green pentagon, and that's notable. That's why the line change that we see last Wednesday too. Now let's take a look at the ST2 stocks. These are what we call the stage 2 stocks that are trending up in here. One of them I think you will notice is Gamunda Uchitech, which let's take a look at Uchitech. This is a technology stock which does pay good dividend. Clicking on that, you can see here, you can see nice push up there, continue. Of course, you can also swing it to the so-called horizontally, depending on the phone. When you just rotate it, it's giving you a very nice upswing in here. Then this has been one of those very profitable, fundamental, good dividend paying stock. Of course, it's not for me to tell you. You can always check it out on the SmartRobie apps in here that we have. So that's one a good one in here. Check out the others like Gamunda and Takafu and Charimin and so forth. These are the two. On the next thing that we have is the hot sectors, right? As I said before, if you go on to the hot sectors, right, and you can click on here, the hot sectors. One more time, hot sectors. Right, you can see finance, and this is something that I talked about early on. The finance are overtaking POC that we saw on technology last week, the 19th of June. So finance is on the top there in here, and again, finance is the big component of the KLCI and what's really driving this market in here. And I suppose this got to do with a lot of the comment that was made on the economic growth that we've seen in here, and partly also inflation has dropped down. Inflation, core inflation Malaysia has dropped down. That has significant depending on the economy that we see right now. All right, so let's take a look at the sectors that we've seen here. And take note, these sectors are sorted out by Pentagon, which means if you hit the finance, which I'll show you right now, you can see all those latest, either it is red Pentagon or green Pentagon, are on the top of the list in here, and looking, some of these stocks are pending higher. All right, so make sure you can catch them. Now last week on the 19th of June, some of these stocks, as I said before earlier on, they were turning green Pentagon. Right now they are moving into likely to turn red. As we can see, the US is already turning red Pentagon, the Dow Jones in here. Check out the S&P 500 on SmartRobie. Some of these stocks are started to turn, but the only positive one will be the finance, which we'll take a look at shortly in here. All right. So looking at the last week, the Robie Trade FA collection. These are the fundamental stocks. We got SKP and Gamunda. So SKP was a low risk to reward, and since then has started to move up in here. Nice one. And next we have Gamunda. You can see just turned green Pentagon around the 430 mark, and since then trying to hit up, and this is also banking on the gradual reopening of the economy and also the improvement of the sentiment that we see on construction with the North high-speed railway and also some of the project that is ongoing too. So that seems to be the guiding story in here. All right, so you can also subscribe to our daily newsletter, right, in the SmartRobie in here. So that will be also something that you can take note of. Okay, and let's take a look at the SmartRobie FA stock for this week on the 26th of June. So you can go on to Robie FA list, and you'll see we have Bursa, Syntax, and Harbor. Harbor being just above $1. I like Syntax, really strong, 4731 in here. Check out the stock fundamentals. Right, you can see these stocks are just pushing up here. PE pretty low at almost 12 times with a FA rating of 4 with a sector average of 25 times in here. ROE of 13 with a dividend of 2.6 dividend. Pretty good, right? Having said that, you can see Syntax are being the largest shareholder in there. Right now it's about 340. Do take note there's a lot of resistance on the top here, so that will take some time for it to break, if the momentum is there. And of course, on improving, if you want to check out the improving financial, check out the trading view, financial out view. That will give you the sentiment where we're going. Now for this week on the hot sectors, all right, we'll turn our attention to finance in here. So you can go on to sector, and then you go on to finance, and you will get the chart, some of the stocks in here. So a lot of them just turned Green Pentagon on 22nd of June, which is around Thursday or Friday. You got Apex just turned Kenangan, Bursa. But do take note, some of these finance are very slow one. Right? Hong Leong, Allianz, Public Bank. Public Bank will be one of the so-called barometer. Right? So let's take a look at the chart wise. For Public Bank, all right, and you can see Public Bank turn Green Pentagon, and if you were to switch back to a 1 month chart here, yep, it did turn 392, and immediately the market pull back, which is a nice pullback in here. Yet to be seen if this market can really break up, but if the market were to turn bullish from here, then this will be definitely a very solid kind of play. But again, these are all kind of fundamental stocks in here, where it comes to whether they are cheap or not. Check out the fundamental side of Intel. Now, one of the really good proposition from the SmartRobie is the Pentagon Guider, which does give the up signal and down signal in here, right? So now you can set up the new Pentagon Guider alert on your SmartRobie app, so you can check it out either at night after the market close around 10:30. You will see the notification in here. You can add some of the favorite stock lists to know when it's going to turn red Pentagon, know it when it's not going to turn green Pentagon, so you can do something about it. We felt that this is a free service right now. Will definitely help you out. So all you got to do is go on to tab here, and you can see this investment, and you can see on there, and click on the investment in here. That will bring you to a watch list. And do take note, the blue cells, that means that actually is a notification, right? It could be a red, could be a green Pentagon, and of course you can add that in here. Each watch list is for each exchange. If you have that, some of those in US, do set it up, and that one's gonna give you the kind of warning that you have, especially the tech stocks that we see in US. Some of that like Apple, Tesla, Facebook, Microsoft may have turned red Pentagon. Just put it in there, and it will get alerted, and select those stocks in here. And of course, once you have the up and down alert, check out the investment will be sell here. You can see from here, if it's you have 6 alert in here. Green Pentagon will only stay for 1 day, which means the alert will only come to you in 1 day. And so make sure you check it out in the morning and in the late evening at night there. And if it's triggered, you will see that triggered in here. And at least go and check your chart every day in here. And also share SmartRobie and let your friends know about the notification for the green Pentagon and red Pentagon. Freebie for newbie in here. Ensure you enable the alert in your mobile phone. Alright, that is for SmartRobie in here. So as a summary, we're going to go on to where we are right now here. And likelihood we'll see KLCI is support. Right now we got sign of strength coming in here. The bull market may just turn turn slightly upwards, but that's provided if he breaks the 1400 level in here. The Robie affiliates are much better for our beginner friends in here to collect some dividend, and you have some profit target in here. Shorter term, you can use the ST2 intraday. So overall sentiments are still pretty bearish in here, but at best turning sideways on the market. So feel free to check out our VSA 360 also in here and sign up for a free newsletter. And of course, all our material, the video that we've done, will be on YouTube. Check it out on the YouTube in here. Follow us also on TikTok, right? And subscribe to the VSA 360 if you want to have more of the latest feature like the visual trading plan, stock alert, and so forth, with many of the good backing and support. So any stocks that you want me to look at, feel free to pencil those in there. And don't forget to share out the SmartRobie link. Then you can get another referral credit into your SmartRobie in here. If you have any stocks that you want me to look at, feel free to pencil those in there. And if not, that's all we have. And don't forget to subscribe to our Telegram chat room in here for free stock market info, all things being educational in here. And we bid you a very happy trading week, I suppose. I'll be back next Wednesday, right? Because I'll be away for a business trip in here. But more or less, you can still get hold of us in our Telegram. Thank you for coming in here, and thank you for your support. We really appreciate your business in here, and good luck.